On today's IRS tax refund update, we will take a look at the latest developments, including the next round of tax refunds scheduled for release this week. And from there, we will take a look at those ongoing tax refund delays, including yet another issue impacting a number of our viewers and the steps you may be able to take in getting a resolution. Meanwhile, we will also take a look at how bad the tax return backlog still is, even though it's been over 2 months since the tax filing deadline has officially ended. Starting out with the latest, as the next round of tax refunds are scheduled for release on July 9th and 10th, as confirmed by the tax transcript and refund status results seen here. Now, if you're part of these latest refund batches, while you should receive that direct deposit refund in your bank account by the listed date, do allow an additional 5 days for it to post to your bank account before initiating a payment trace with the IRS. It is also important to note, depending on your bank, you actually may see that tax refund post to your account early. However, that will not be the case if you choose to have your tax preparation fees taken out of your tax refund directly, as the IRS will send your refund to your tax preparer's payment processor, such as TPG, who then in return will send you the remaining refund amount after they receive it. Now, with the IRS no longer reporting those unprocessed tax return backlog numbers, it is becoming increasingly difficult to see how many tax filers are still impacted by delayed tax refunds as a result. However, recently, the Taxpayer Advocate released their latest report, which showed at the end of April there were still over 11.7 million individual, amended, and business tax returns that remained unprocessed. Now, given the trends when it comes to IRS tax return processing, we do believe that at this point in early July, there are still over 7 million tax returns, and most likely 3 million individual tax returns that include many of yours that still remain unprocessed. These numbers are also important to point out because they show the potential difficulties our viewers may face when attempting to reach the Taxpayer Advocate for assistance when it comes to their tax refunds, with the large amount of tax filers impacted by delays needing help. Moving on to those tax refund delays, as many of our viewers are encountering messages such as these when checking the status of their tax refunds. And over the last week, we have had numerous viewers reach out to us to report that after following our recommendations, they have discovered that their delays are in fact as a result of the IRS still not processing their employer's tax information which is needed, so that it could be compared to what you reported on your tax return for accuracy before tax processing can be completed and that tax refund issued. As we have previously reported, if you are experiencing tax refund delays, it is important to see if your delay is as a result of the IRS still not have processed or received your employer's tax information. And the 2 ways upon doing this will be to check your wages and earnings transcript by logging into your online IRS account. And if you do not see any information present at that point, do log into your online Social Security account and access your 2023 wage information. If you are not seeing any information present, do reach out to the IRS. And as we have previously seen, the IRS may request impacted taxpayers to submit copies of missing tax documents, such as W-2 and 1099 forms online through the IRS website, so that processing can continue and your tax refund can ultimately be released. For those continuing to experience delays, it is likely you have or will receive one of the notices seen here, including Letter 2644C, which is informing taxpayers the IRS needs an additional 60 days to process the tax return in question. Now, those who are impacted by the previously discussed problem of the IRS needing to process your employer's wage information are likely to receive this notice, indicating the IRS is waiting on your tax account information to become available on their computer system. Meanwhile, a notice in the CP05 series is another commonly reported notice. And if you receive the CP05A letter, do immediately respond to the notice and provide any documentation the IRS is requesting so that processing can continue on your tax return. And finally, the CP75 notice, which is a request by the IRS to submit documentation around claim dependents for those claiming tax credits, such as the Earned Income Tax Credit and Child Tax Credit. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax issue. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.